Early Middle Ages, negotiating Guild Battlegrounds level 4 in Forge of Empires. This video was created for new players who possibly still might fear level 4 of the Guild Expedition. Of course, I used the extra turn from the tavern. Developing your tavern early is extremely important. I want to remove that possible fear, and today I demonstrate how to negotiate all platforms without diamonds. Let's enter level 4 together. Volcanoes and lava streams already emphasize optically that this 4th level will be different than all levels before. On platform 1, 7 different items can be used. Of course, it is necessary to have enough of these in stock. Even without event buildings and great buildings, it is possible to have enough goods to negotiate level 4 in Iron Age after 2 weeks and in early Middle Ages a week later. If goods are missing, the game will ask for diamonds. In that case, you should better use another week to add more goods in stock. I use the first 5 goods, and having 3 hits in my first turn is extraordinarily much. But the chance to solve that puzzle is not getting better by this, as only 2 slots remain available to collect more information. I use the remaining 2 items, but all I learn is that they are not part of the solution. Now it doesn't make a difference which goods I might use next. This negotiation can only be solved with diamonds or a bit of luck. And I fail. Not a good start. I start a second attempt. This time I can rule out 4 goods immediately. That is already a great start. 2 goods are remaining. As granite must be part of the solution, I use it twice. The same with the cheapest item, coins. Then I found 2 positions and I learned that granite has to be used again, but coins not. On a position where granite cannot be used, only supplies are possible. For the remaining slot, it is a 50-50 chance between supplies and granite. So after turn 3, only 1 slot is left and only granite can be used there. This way we solve the first platform in the second attempt. This platform always provides a reward of 2 forge points. Platform 2 is similar and starts the same way as the previous successful attempt. I use the first 5 items and can rule out 4. Only coins, supplies and honey remain. I get a lucky hit and a lot of information. Based on it, I can say where honey must be used, and all other slots must be filled with coins then. This was simple, and the reward for it is 20 goods. Platform 3 increases the difficulty level a bit. Because coins and supplies can no longer be used, only goods, costs are a bit higher now. I use the first 5 items and I can rule out 2 of them. I now use all unused items, and for the previously used gold, I use a position which was red before. This provides 2 hits, which look nice. But even more important is the fact that we ruled out another 3 goods. We now only have 3 from the previously 8 goods to use, and we already know a lot about impossible positions for these. This looks great. If only a single item is usable in each position, the solution is simple. On level 4, the last platform before a big platform no longer rewards players with military units. The reward for platform 3 is either medals or diamonds. Nearly everybody would prefer the diamonds, but the medals that I got would also be nice for new players. With platform 4 we arrive at the first big platform of level 4. With 10 possible items to trade, this is one of the most difficult category. Even the last platform isn't more challenging, only a bit more expensive. The strategy is still the same. I use the first 5 goods in the first turn and the second 5 goods in the second turn. I have huge luck and now it is simple. 2 positions are open and from 2 items I know that they must be part of the solution. I simply have to change their positions and the negotiation is completed successfully. The reward for this is 5 forge points. Platform 5 then is easier again. I use the first turn for the first 5 goods. In the second turn I prefer yellow positions for unused items. The 2 items I already used in my first turn I place on red positions. To use granite twice in my third move is a nearly arbitrary decision. But it helps in 2 ways. I have a hit and I can rule it out for other positions. At the same time, I get more information about the impossible positions of all other items. This brings me into a very comfortable situation for the final move. The first position can only contain honey. The second must have gold, as we know that gold must be part of the solution, but was already blocked for all other positions. Therefore, on positions 4 and 5, only wool can be offered. This successful negotiation gives a reward of 5 forge points. Platform 6 has the same difficulty level as Platform 5. 8 different items can be offered. I use the first 5 items and can rule out 3 of them. The unused items are now offered on yellow positions, if possible. The previously used items are placed on red positions. This provides a hit and all other items only must be used to the right position. We already know that no item must be used twice. In the second last turn I get 2 more hits and the last 2 items only have to switch their positions. This results in a reward of 25 goods. Platform 7 again has the same scenario. 8 items to be offered and I use the first 5 items. I get a hit and can rule out 2 items. As usual, the unused items are offered preferably on yellow positions, lumber then on a red position. With this second turn I can rule out 3 items. This helps a lot, but in the end it is still a 50-50 chance only. I am lucky and get the right 50%. Now I completed 7 platforms of level 4 in 8 attempts. This is rewarded with 25 diamonds. 8 hours later, using a fresh extra turn from the tavern, I continue with platform 8. This is the second big platform of level 4 and once again this is a negotiation with the highest difficulty level. The same procedure as always. Of course, luck has a huge influence and it is pure luck that I am able to finish this negotiation successfully with only 3 turns. This is rewarded with a victory tower. This tower provides medals every week and especially new players are happy about medals. The 9th platform again is a bit less difficult to solve than the previous big platform. I use the same strategy, but this time I fail. The final turn has a 50-50 win chance and I decide for the wrong one. I do not use diamonds and start this negotiation again. I had a lot of luck before, but now this is compensated with a lot of bad luck. Also, my second attempt fails. This can happen even if you make everything absolutely correct. These negotiations will not always be solved in 4 turns. In the third attempt, I again use the same strategy. I do not allow the game to confuse me through failures. Again, I end up in a 50-50 situation, which can only be solved with luck. This can happen. At least this time I have the required luck and receive 5 forge points. Platform 10 is the same difficulty level as before. I use exactly the same strategy. It is important not to make mistakes after some failed attempts. And this time the negotiations can be solved easily. As a punishment for receiving such a simple negotiation, the reward is coins only. Platform 11 once again is the same scenario. Again, I'm not changing my strategy and I do exactly the same as in all these negotiations before. This strategy does not succeed always, but very often. This time we got another example for a successful attempt. For new players, 100 medals can complete the required number of medals to buy another expansion. Platform 12 again is a big platform and therefore it has a maximum of 10 items to be offered. I use the first 5 items and get a hit, and I can rule out 4 items. That is a great result. I offer another 4 items and can rule out 3 more. This isn't that bad. I still have 3 items on 3 positions in 2 turns. This can be solved by 50% of all cases. But this time I get the wrong 50%. Once again I try to solve platform 12. This is the 8th attempt, which means the bar at the top now is empty. If I'm not successful now, I have to wait 8 hours before I can try again. Currently, it looks as if I had a stroke of very bad luck. It is another failure. The last 8 attempts solved 4 platforms only. A phase with only a 50% success rate in the second half of level 4 is a relatively realistic scenario. 8 hours later, I again fetch the extra turn in the tavern. Again the same approach. Again a 50% win chance. But this time I have the required little luck. This big platform is solved and I receive a tribal square for it. And the Temple of Relics provides 2 blueprints. Platform 13 then starts the final quarter of level 4. Just 4 successful negotiations to complete the level. This again is a small platform and therefore a little bit easier to solve. I use the first 5 items in the first turn and the other 5 items in the second turn. In my third turn, I have a lot of luck. This is also part of the game. I receive 10 forge points. Platform 14 repeats this scenario. It can happen to have bad luck several times in a row. It can also happen to have a pure luck strike as now. Of course, it is great to make fast progress. It is also great to receive a reward of 35 goods. Platform 15, the second last platform, is a small platform only, but the negotiation has the highest difficulty level. Don't get irritated by that. Just apply the proven strategy. I use the first 5 items in my first turn and the second 5 items in my second turn. I add a little luck and the negotiation is solved. The reward is a ritual flame from the Temple of Relics plus 100 medals. Now we reach the grand final, the 64th platform of the Guild Expedition. You should not only expect a great reward, You should also know that this platform again has the highest difficulty level. But we already had that several times before. Therefore, we should not be afraid of it. I use the first 5 items, get 2 hits and can rule out 3 items. This result looks much better than it is. I use another 3 items and can rule out 2 of them. Now it looks very difficult. This is the best moment to use all lucky charms that you have. Yes! It helped! Of course, this was my pure genius. Cough, cough. The reward is a terrace farm. This building might be a bit too big for a very young city, but it can become helpful later in the game, and it is a valuable item at the antiques dealer.